All right, we're going to sneak one more in tonight. Have you ever wondered why God commands us to love Him? Seems like a really weird command from a being that needs nothing. I mean, He created everything. Created the universe, created time, created space, created us, created everything. What on earth could He possibly need our love for? So as usual, we tend to reason about these things from a very human perspective. But we have to reason about them through the lens that God has given us of Himself. And the lens that He's given us of Himself is that He is good, which means that if He has commanded us to love Him, it is because in some way that is good for us. So, how is loving God good for us? Check this out. Love is the most powerful force in the entire universe. Love overcame death. It was because God so loved the world that Jesus came, and it was for Jesus's love for us that He endured the cross, and it is the love of the Father that ultimately raised Him from the dead and raises us from the dead. Or I should say that it is His love for us that He is willing to raise us from the dead. Okay, so love is a profoundly powerful element. It is so powerful that a person can literally die from a broken heart. This is actually scientifically proven. A person who is heartbroken because somebody didn't love them back or because of a love that was lost, the actual strings in your heart that hold it together can break and you can die from it. On the flip side, when a person does not feel loved, or when love is unrequited, it has been the actual cause of wars. I would venture that most wars have actually been caused by either love that was unrequited or by hate, which is the opposite of love. More often than not, a person will only hate someone if they first loved them. Okay, so love is an unbelievably powerful force. Now here's why God tells us that we must love Him above all else. It's because He knows that everything in this world, everything, including the spirits, the elemental powers, and the things that are in heaven, everything will fail. And that's because everything other than God was created. Everything other than God is unstable. He is the only thing in the entire universe. He is the only thing that has not been created, which means that He is the only stable thing, the only permanent thing, the only unshakable, unassailable thing that we can put our love in and know that it will never be shaken, it will never be unrequited because He loves us. Now here's what that means practically. If we love God more than we love anything, including our children, including our wives, including our husbands, including everything, if we love God more than everything, then that means that anything that we can lose in this life will not destroy us because our love for God supersedes our love for everything else. Loving God is a safety mechanism. It is about God keeping us safe from loving something that can be destroyed or taken away. Now, does that mean that we don't love our kids or we don't love our wives or we don't love our family or we don't love anything else? No, absolutely not. It's actually the opposite. Loving God frees us to love those people and to love those things wholeheartedly because we no longer have to fear them being taken away and that loss completely destroying us because we're heartbroken. That's the thing about loving God first. If you love God first and foremost above all things, it actually protects you so that you don't have to protect yourself. Now, I know this because for a long time I held back from fully allowing myself to love my children because I was afraid of what would happen if I lost them. I lost my parents when I was in my 20s. My parents and my grandmother were killed in a car accident on Christmas Eve. And so after experiencing that loss and that trauma and that shock, I feared allowing myself to love my children to the degree that I loved my family, because I recognized that in a heartbeat they could be taken away, and I just didn't know if I could handle it. This was such a problem for me that I actually waited for over a decade after having my first 2 kids to have my daughter, which the Lord promised me, because I was afraid I couldn't handle having another person that I loved that much, that it was possible that something could happen to them. It's like I couldn't handle adding one more, because it added too much stress to my heart, for lack of a better word. But when I got this revelation of loving God over everything, what that did is it placed that my heart is now in something that is secure, that cannot move, cannot be broken, cannot be taken away. And because my heart is in that thing that is secure now, I can be confident that whatever losses I suffer in this life, it won't break me, it won't destroy me, because He can heal me. And because my heart is not tied up in something temporal, it is tied up in something permanent first. And so what this looks like practically is everything that I love in my life, I love through God. I don't love it separately from God. So like people constantly talk about the marriage relationship looks like this: husband to God to wife, and then, to each other, right? And it kind of looks like this. So it's like husband to God, wife to God, and then to each other. That's wrong. It's this: husband to God to wife, wife to God to husband. You love each other through God, because He comes first. And when you love each other through God, that is the thing that protects you. It shields you from all offenses, because any offense that comes from wife to husband, because the love goes through God first, it allows you to receive the offense without being destroyed by it. Man, there's so much more I want to talk about on this topic, but I'm out of time. I got to go. So I hope this helps somebody. If y'all have questions on this, drop them in the comments, and I'll talk more about this topic, because I think this is a really powerful one. But y'all let me know.